After a short climb, we reached the top and saw the cause of the blue haze. It was an unfamiliar sight. The creek itself was hidden by a rocky outcrop at each end, and alongside the creek was a small floodplain on which a square had been formed with large stones collected from the surrounding landscape. Each edge of the square must have been 20 paces long, and, inside, the earth's skin of grasses and sedges had been ripped up and dumped in a pile on the outer, and the exposed soil was soaked with water and shaped into 9 raised rows. On each row there grew plants with large leaves and long thin fruits that lay flat on the ground. It was not a plant of our parts. Most of the plants in the woodland country had hard, small leaves to cope with the harsh conditions. At first I could not work out why the plants were flourishing, or why the bare earth was so wet, but then I saw that the creek had changed too. Its flow had been stopped by large stones built up from one side to the other, forming a barrier sealed with clay to prevent the water flowing through. And at the edge of the pooled water was a narrow trench through which water flowed all the way to the plants in the square. It was a terrifying sight. All I could see was a square of earth starved of its usual life in order to support one living thing. All the original plants and insects had been pushed out of it to die elsewhere, and everything that had changed and was new in the floodplain was emitting the blue mist that we had seen drifting in the air. We were all tense as we approached the square. Father stopped next to me and muttered the name low to himself. He saw that I'd heard him and knelt down beside me. "This blue is not life and death, Ellen. It's just death. We can fix it," he whispered, running his hand through my hair. I would miss that loving softness in his character during the blue. Each day that followed, I returned to the hidden floodplain with pen and chuff. Oot had given us the responsibility to continue fixing it until the air returned to red. We left early each morning and did not have to work hard because the land itself did most of the work. We moved a few more rocks and pulled up some more of the intruding plants that were continuing to sprout within the square. Mainly, we watched the land settle. We also sniffed the air and observed the red wind as it hit the cleared earth from the plains country. At first, it turned a lighter shade of blue, but after several days it started to turn green. After 7 days, it went yellow. Then, one day, about 20 days later, it finally returned to red, and the news of its arrival was welcomed by all of our families.